Quantum and Woody are back together for an all-new ongoing.
Kind of.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Welcome back to WhoDooTV. I'm Hoosier.
I'm Jared.
Today we are talking about Quantum and Woody, the new ongoing from Valiant Entertainment, written by Daniel Kibblesmith, and the art and colors by Kano, and the amazing different covers all over the place that you were going to see some craziness.
Oh, yeah. We've read this book. We hope you guys have too. If not, hit pause, read that book, and come back to us because we're going to be covering, getting into a little spoilers here and there.
Yeah, but before you hit pause, hit subscribe. Get more videos like this. Like this video if you like it. Hope to do more of this as well. Mm-hmm. And yes, we're going to spoil a little bit and get into some fun that Daniel Kibblesmith had put together here for us.
Right.
It's a comeback.
Yes, yeah. I think this is a really great return to Quantum and Woody. I enjoyed this book a lot. We kind of start off just showing them as kids, getting into their relationship again. It has a very similar cadence to the old James Asmus Quantum and Woody's, where it's, kind of talking about who they were as kids and, what their personalities really are overall throughout their entire lives. And
it shows that they automatically had differences, right? There's some funny humor in there with, Eric being this geek. He wants to play games. And Woody's like, I thought black people were supposed to be cooler.
Yeah.
Until he sees boobs.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where they start to kind of connect on these things. Eric is able to kind of bring him into this nerdy game. And, so it really does highlight that they are different people, but they can come together sometimes.
Right.
Which is really great. It also jumps right into a moment where they're just chasing after some, random supervillain because, that's what they got to do. So it's kind of like the height of their superhero career together, hijacking a ice cream truck and chasing after this guy.
On the Segway.
Right?
With craziness going around everywhere. This book definitely jumps into a couple different timelines. We get to see the kids. We get to see in the height of their superhero. And then the next we get them to see when they're not too great of friends. And they're basically only in communication because they got to Klang.
Right, exactly. They have to see each other every 24 hours or else they dissolve into this quantum energy.
Right.
And so, it keeps them together, but it seems like, I don't know which side is upset with who. Well, actually, Woody is.
It does definitely kind of allude to that in a moment, right?
Yes.
Because it goes to shortly after the death and basically the resolve of the original Quantum and Woody run, or the James Asmus run. And Eric refines the letter that Woody's dad sent him years ago.
Yeah, it reveals that his dad is still alive. At least at the time of writing the letter. And kind of the now moment takes place 18 months after the letter was discovered. So he could still very much be alive. And he's just hanging out in Australia. So it's a big moment, We're definitely going to see, I think, something concerning a lot of identity, especially being explored by Woody himself.
Yeah, I mean, his dad has a really cool single wide trailer.
Super cool.
Australian white trash. But Woody is, it's showing parts where he's, going crazy. Drinking, gambling, got debt, and he ends up getting clocked in the back of the head.
Right, yeah. And at the same time, we're seeing this juxtaposition with Eric's life. He's putting in these hours. He's been given this job offer to work with the government. And, he's going in, clocking out, doing his thing, while Woody's just living fast, like crazy fast. It's,
Right. And he gets a run-in from -1, who kind of has a proposition for him. And she's trying to take care of his debts and take care of him for, quid pro quo that we don't quite know of just yet.
Right. But she promises that Woody would be able to permanently be apart from Eric. And that seems to get them excited. So there's a lot in this book. There's a lot of stuff moving forward, a lot of different pieces that we can build upon. I thought it was just a really good story.
This book is aesthetically pleasing. The colors are very vibrant, very bright, with some really clear, sharp lines. The panels are great. The layouts are awesome.
Right.
That is kind of the first thing I notice of this book, is just how well Kano's art is.
I have to take my hat off to Kano because he pushed the limits of storytelling in a comic book setting.
Yeah.
He takes these scenes, these large scenes, creates a large picture, and then just creates these mini little, almost mini scenes in which your eye catches them, but it all remains in the one thing. It's just these small changes. It brings a lot of movement to this. I think he is just really bringing it in this one, and it's refreshing. It's different. It's really cool and really neat, and I think it works.
And then the writing on this, it has some very funny parts to it that are very definitely humorous. It did jump a lot around in timelines. It kind of could get mixed up, but ultimately you were able to follow it. And it alluded to a lot of things, but it definitely didn't throw it necessarily out there to where you're sure that's what it was.
That's true, yeah. It was a little confusing, after Eric was given this government job, and we fast forward 1 year into the future, he seems to be back to security.
Right. It either could be security or he's working in the evidence locker in a police department, but it did not really make that clear. And it's kind of interesting, like how he leaves to work for the company man. And then he's back to wearing a security-looking outfit without being clear of what that was.
Right.
And we're left with questions of what got Woody to go crazy. I mean, we think it's that something got spilt that Eric knew about Woody's dad, and that caused some issues. Makes sense, we don't know that's the case. And then we're left with this new character, -1, who looks pretty interested, and her little henchman.
Yeah, Thedge the Hedge, who's pretty much a hedge of leaves in a humanoid shape that, stops Woody from running away.
And Woody gets kind of excited. I mean, it really makes me want to know what the heck is getting these two to hate each other more than they already do, more than, being the only connection that they really have and family they really have. I mean, Woody's got a dad that he's probably never seen, does not really have much of a connection. And it's enough to where, Woody is excited when he hears that, hey, we're going to make you separate from your brother permanently. And kind of gets him going. So I, all the way around, thought this was pretty solid read. I would refer this to my friends.
Yeah. I would too. I think the humor was on point. It seems to be very consistent with Asmus's run, where you can get a lot of good humor, but also a lot of personal, issues going on. And I really did appreciate that, that we didn't lose that. I was afraid that was just going to be a book full of jokes and that was it, but that's not the case. So this is, it's just a great story, great book. They have a lot to go on. I think, especially for an ongoing, there's a lot that they can really just ride on this one. You know, lots of setup. If I were to score this one, I'm just gonna jump to that right now.
Let's do it.
I'll give this one probably a 4 for writing, but I gotta give it a 5 for artwork. I mean, just the like I said, the composition has left me kind of speechless. It's just so good. A totally different way of organizing a comic book, and I appreciated it so much. So overall, this is gonna get a 4.5 from me.
Nice. I can kind of agree with you on it. It's the art was amazing, right? The art was really good. The writing, I'm very pleased with it. I think all in all, I'm going to be giving this one probably around a 4.25. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good book. And like I said, going to be referring it to the friends and referring it to you guys. So I hope you're picking this book up, and I want to know what you guys thought about it. What did you think? Did you like the humor? Where do you think this book's going just one issue in?
And what is driving the wedge between Eric and Woody? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button below.
There's also that subscribe button down there too. Make sure you punch that. We'd appreciate it. Follow us at Twitter at WhoDooTV, also on Facebook.
Yeah, and we'd like to thank our friends over at outrightgeekery.com. Be sure to check them out. They got all sorts of nerdy stuff on there.
Links down in the description. Thank you for watching WhoDooTV. We appreciate you guys.